Well, the Olympics are back, and with each and every year, it seems like the world just gets that much better. Yes, the USA has the largest amount of talent throughout the whole roster, but each and every year, I mean, look at Team Canada. That's what this video is about today. Look at Team Canada. They got mostly NBA players on their team now. Team France, they're looking scary. I'm gonna make a video about that. But with each and every year that passes, it just seems like the world is getting that much better at the Olympic Games when it comes to basketball. I'm gonna be honest. I'm concerned. Now, do I think they're gonna win gold this year? Of course I do. But doesn't mean I don't have any pauses with like how good are we gonna be this year? Now, Team Canada, what they did in the World Cup showed me something, like they would always disappoint in these type situations. But last year they elevated and they actually I'm pretty sure they got bronze last year. They beat the USA. First, we got to go over the rosters because, it's good to know the players that are actually on each team. So for the United States, we got Curry, Booker, Edwards, Holiday, Halliburton for the guards. The forwards, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Leonard, Tatum. For the centers, you got Embiid, Davis, and Adebayo. Now, there actually isn't an official starting lineup that's out there yet. So I'm going to make my own starting lineup. In the comments, I want you to put down who you would start out of these people, who you would start in your starting five for the Olympics. Now, over here, what I'm going to do, I have all the names pulled up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop to who my starting lineup is. So, of course, I don't know if this is going to be the actual starting lineup. I'm sure it's not. I have some reasons for that I will discuss. But I'm going to make my starting lineup what I think it should be. So, of course, you got to go Curry at point guard. There's no other point guard on this roster or any guard that Curry is the best guard on the roster. So, he has to start. Now, I'm going to keep the shooting guard. I'm going to put that last because that's the last spot. There's basically 4 spots that are solid. 4 spots that are solid and 1 spot that anyone can pick who they think is going to be. So I got Curry at point guard. Small forward, I got Kevin Durant. Just because I feel like the starting lineup's going to lean older. It's going to lean to the players that have been there before and done that and have accomplished many things already in their career. The power forward, you got to have LeBron in the starting lineup. I mean, I don't see a world where LeBron's not in the starting lineup. I know his age is ridiculous, but I just do not see him in any sort of way not starting in the lineup. There ain't no way. I'm sure a lot of people will have him at the point guard, but I got him at the power forward. I'm going conventional with this starting lineup. And at the center, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it, Joel. And the reason I don't want to do it is because he is injury prone. I would like him coming off the bench, getting spare minutes. It's just, first off, it's kind of weird he's even on the team. So if you don't know, before he joined Team USA, he had 3 choices. He had 2 choices. He was either going to join Team France or Team USA. And he basically had his choice of who he's going to join. And for me, I was like, I think he should join Team France because Team USA basically wins every Olympics. I'm like, go to Team France, balance out the powers a little bit, and it'll be better competition. But what does he do? Of course, joins with Team USA. I was pissed. I was like, come on, man. Because actually without Joel Embiid, Team USA is actually kind of small. Adebayo and Davis is their only big man. They're kind of small. And like, wow, if he's with France, they're huge. They got Embiid, they got Wimbiata, and they got Rudy Gobert. Of course, I don't think all 3 of them would start. Maybe it might be even crazy enough, maybe, but it would be huge, and you'd be like, how is the USA gonna combat this? That'd be very fun and interesting to watch. But of course, we got none of that because he joined Team USA. It's just weird to me. I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna support him because he's on Team USA, but it's still just a little. It's like the rich getting richer type situation. You feel me? So I got 4 right now. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Joel. Oh, and the reason I have Joel in the starting lineup is I just feel like he has a solidified spot in the starting lineup because he chose the USA over France. So I think Joel got like a side deal, like, hey, if you join Team USA and you don't join France, you will be in the starting lineup. You will be in the starting lineup, and there's no ifs and buts about that. You will be in the starting lineup. So that's why I think he will actually be in a starting lineup. If it was me, I would actually have Anthony Davis there in the starting lineup just for the injury concerns. Yes, it's kind of ironic because Anthony Davis has been very injury prone, but he's actually been pretty good last 2 seasons with the injuries, and that's just the way I would go with it. But alas, that's not the way it is. So we got them four, and who is my last starting lineup, starting spot? Could be any one of these players. Initially, I was gonna go with Drew Holiday. Initially, because I'm like, man, Steph Curry's at the point guard. We need a guard that's just gonna get after it on defense, so Steph Curry doesn't have to be crazy. And Drew would go 94 feet with it and just go all out on defense, and everyone else can score. But then I got to thinking, like, man, I want someone that's going to be like that on defense, but that's also can get a bucket. Drew can get a bucket, but he can't get a bucket. And who I came up with, you probably already guessed it. Ant Edwards. I was surprised myself that I chose Ant Edwards. I was like, whoa, Anthony Edwards, really? Who doesn't like Anthony Edwards? And he's got that. Duh. I chose Anthony Edwards because I hate the phrase when he's locked in, but when he's locked in, he locks up. When he's locked in, he locks up. That's a great saying. Did y'all see what he did with Jamal Murray in the playoffs? At certain points, I'm like, damn, Jamal, I hope you're really injured because you can't go nowhere with that boy. So that's why I have Anthony Edwards here. I think he's gonna care because he's not gonna play too many minutes. I think he's gonna play really hard on defense. His offense is great. And he was, in fact, the best player in the World Cup last year. He was the best player. I think they should reward him for being the best player. And in fact, he didn't have to go to the World Cup, but he chose to do it. And he showed out. And in the beginning, Kerr was like, actually didn't even think he'd be in the starting lineup. But after so long, he proved himself. And Kerr's like, man, he's actually our best player. I did not see this coming. So that's why I go with Anthony Edwards. That's my starting lineup. Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, LeBron, and Joel. It's interesting. It's a lot of older players. Well, Joel isn't old, but injury prone, so I count him as old. It's an odd thing. He just turned 30. He's not old. But I like the starting lineup because teams tend to play bigger in the Olympics. I'm pretty sure there's no 3 seconds or something where the big man can always be in the paint at all times. And it just clogs shit up. It's easier to play zone. So I really enjoy this starting lineup. I think LeBron and Curry are going to have great fun playing with each other. And yeah, that's my starting. Let me know y'all starting lineup in the description or in the comments because I would love to read that. Now we're going to Team Canada's roster. I found this on Twitter from the Canada basketball Twitter. They got Shai they got Kyle Alexander, okay, these names are going to get me. Kyle Alexander, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, RJ Barrett, you got Trey Bell, I don't know who that is, Kim Birch, O'Shea Brissett, Dylan Brooks, Dort, Edey, I don't know who Melvin the Jim is, Shai, this name, Trey Lyles, Jamal, Nimhard. I did not know Nimhard was Canadian. That's a new one for me. Olynyk, man, hey, if you want to play that'll just piss you off, you watch Olynyk. He flops more than anybody in the league, really. Okay, I can't say that smart's in the league, but he'll be up there with the best floppers in history when he retires. Dwight Powell, Phil Scrub, I don't know who that is. Thomas Scrub. Hey, we got bros on the team? And Andrew Wiggins. But hold up. I think this is an old roster. Because I was like, isn't Wiggins and Edey, aren't they not playing? So I actually found out on Twitter. There's this whole thing about like Wiggins is not going to be allowed to play in the Olympics because of the Warriors. And here's the tweets. This is from John Hollinger, I think he's a former GM of the Grizzlies or something like that. I'm reading this as so he's responding to a tweet saying that Wiggins is out of the Olympics because of the Warriors, and he's saying he's reading this as the Warriors are blocking him due to a medical issue, which they can do if there's a legit health reason. because people were saying, oh, they're not going to let him. He's saying the Wiggins are blocking this because of medical issues in case they want to trade his ass. And then Anthony Slater, I think he actually covers the Warriors. Yeah, he does. He wrote the decision is mutual between the Warriors and Andrew Wiggins to prioritize his health and to hold him out of the Olympics. I can't speak right now. What the? It doesn't preclude GS from trading him, but it's a medical decision. Wiggins dealt with an ankle issue late last season. And this has been this weird thing with Wiggins and in Team Canada. He's barely participated in any international tournaments. And I think the Canada players were kind of like resenting him or something because he never actually comes and plays. Anyways, he's out. He will not be in the Olympics this year. And Zach Edey, I was pretty sure that once he got drafted, he said I'm out the Olympics. And here it is here. This is from sportsillustrated.com. And then who wrote this? Dustin Shrew. And it says Zach Edey will not be making the trip to the 24 Olympics because he got drafted by the Grizzlies. And he's going to focus on the Summer League, which is interesting. Focusing on Summer League over the Olympics. That's interesting. Maybe he wants to prove something to the Grizzlies that he wants to prove something, maybe to get more minutes or I don't know. That's another great question for y'all. Would you choose if you're a rookie of Edey's stature, there's a lot of questions about how he's gonna be in the NBA. Would you have chosen Team Canada or the Summer League? Which one would you choose? So Wiggins and Edey are out. Now, while on the topic of Team Canada, I just gotta reiterate how good Shai was in the World Cup. So if you don't know, last year, the World Cup went on and the United States got third. They got third. And who did they lose to in the last game? Well, funny enough, it was Team Canada. Look at this. I'm going to take you through the whole thing. So USA beat Italy. Then they lost to Germany, which actually ended up winning the whole thing with Dennis Schroeder looking like Michael Jordan out there. They beat Serbia, but Serbia did not actually have Jokic. And then you see this third place game. This is actually the loser's game. So both these teams lost. They had a chance to get to the finals, but they both lost or they play each other. Canada lost to Serbia without Jokic, by the way. So Canada beat us in this third place game, and I remember watching this. I was watching this live, and it was just ridiculous how bad Shai made us look. Him and Dylan Brooks, actually. They got anything they wanted. They looked like superstars. And that's really who I worry about. Is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is tough in these situations. How he gets like to the free throw line area, and you just can't stop his shot, and he makes it every time. So I actually want to go through his stats a little bit, how he did in this World Cup, because I got it right here. It's a Basketball Reference. This is Shai. He played 8 games, and I actually had to do the averages because it doesn't actually have the averages there. He averaged 24.5 points, 6.4 assists, 6.4 rebounds, and 1.6 steals. He was everything. And actually, fuck all the rest of the games. Just pay attention to this last game. Canada at the United States. So they played in the last game, that third place game where Canada won. Oh, I already deleted it. They won. I think they blew us out. He had 31 and 12. 31 points, 12 assists. I wasn't lying when I said he made us look ass. We could not do shit with him. What? He went 1 of 3 from the 3, 11 of 20. How many? He had 88 free throws. 31 and 12. And he just had his way. I forgot who was the main defender on him. Maybe was it Edwards? I forget. I didn't look up. I didn't rewatch the game. You think I'm gonna rewatch that? It'd be outside your mind. No, I'm not doing that. Anyways, this is why I'm scared of Shai. Last time he played the Team USA, he saw blood. He's like a bull. He saw red, and he killed us. Now this ESPN website, they actually have the upcoming exhibition games. Exhibition games are basically games that don't count, but they get you prepared for the actual event. And look at this, July 10th, Canada versus United States in Las Vegas. It's a few days away. I'm recording this on July 7th. It's a few days away. Now, it's an exhibition. Are they gonna play their full minutes? Like, are they gonna actually be playing this like it's a true game? I don't know. I think it'll be more intense than a preseason, like a preseason game, but I don't know if they'll go as hard as they would if it was the actual thing. It's the first game. But anyways, they verse Canada on July 10th. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna watch that. And then July 15th, Australia. I wonder if Australia is good anymore. They used to be so good, but Ben Simmons is like Wiggins, where he actually never participates in the foreign events. Serbia, I want to know if Jokic is playing, because that would be crazy too. They're going to be in Abu Dhabi. South Sudan, I don't know any players. I don't know if there's any NBA players on South Sudan. And then Germany. Germany won the World Cup last year. They're a real team. It's going to be interesting on what they do. If you keep scrolling down, I'm pretty sure they have the group stage. The group stage is where the real thing starts, I'm pretty sure. And look here, our first game is July 28th versus Serbia. And if Jokic is playing, that's the first test. And guess what? If my starting lineup is right, at least at the center position, that's Embiid versus Jokic, if Jokic is playing. I wish I knew if he was playing, but if that's true, July 28th, Embiid versus Jokic. Hopefully Embiid actually plays this time. Throwing shots. I'm throwing straight shots. Because he never seems to play in Denver. I'm sure if it's Serbia, he wouldn't play. And I was watching First Things First, and they showed the odds of who's favorites to win. And actually, the United States is favored. And then Canada is second favored. So that's interesting. I'm going to play this video in the corner. It's all the Team USA members meeting up for the first time in Las Vegas. They're meeting up now, today or yesterday, to get started getting that work in for the Olympics. But I want to talk about the historical ramifications of this game. Not of this game, but of USA and Canada. Because be honest, this is the battle for North American basketball supremacy. That's what I was going to title this video, but it's too long and no one's going to read that many words. But that's what this is for. This is for bragging rights. Who is the king of North America? Now I'm saying it's still the United States, but you never know. We haven't lost in the Olympics in a long time. We won in 2021. We beat France in the final game to win the gold. But is this the year that we lose? And if we lose, it might be to Canada? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. After the Olympics, there's always this notion that some young players or players in general get a Team USA bump after they participate in the Olympics. And what's that mean? Basically, it means that some young players, from the experience of the Olympics, from playing with all these great players, they level up a bit. They go to that next level for something they learn from another player or seeing how they work or whatever. They get a bump and they go to the next level. So the question is, who are these players going to be? Who will get the bump, the increase to their level from Team USA? Another comment for you. Who's going to get the bump? My guess is obvious. I have him in the starting lineup. He's the youngest player in the starting lineup, Anthony Edwards. I think after this experience, Anthony Edwards, you thought he had a level up in the playoffs this year. He's going to make an even greater leap with this experience from Team USA. And that's scary for everyone, especially everyone in the West. He was so overperformative in the playoffs last year. I thought he was a really good player, but I didn't know if he could be a number one on a championship team. And he changed all that. I now think that people were calling him Baby Jordan. I thought that was a little much, but man, he was playing a little like it. He was playing a little like it, and then he just ran out of gas versus Denver. Oh wait, they beat Denver. But he did. He was just looking so tired versus Denver in some of those games. And in Dallas, man, Luka was just too much. But I think he's gonna get the bump, and I'm excited to see it. I really am. That was me detailing my thoughts and feelings on Team USA versus Team Canada. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe, like. You know, I'm trying to grow this. I'm just talking about what interests me about basketball, NBA. So don't forget to comment if you think USA is still on top. Like, comment, and I'll see y'all in the next one.